The wind howled through the trees, shaking the old country house like a rag doll. Inside, the atmosphere was just as foreboding as a storm of epic proportions brewed outside. Lightning illuminated the darkened rooms intermittently, casting eerie shadows along the worn wallpaper. A group of friends had gathered at the country house for a weekend getaway, seeking respite from their busy lives. Little did they know that this particular night would be the most dreadful and terrifying experience of their lives. As the storm intensified, the power flickered before finally succumbing to the wrath of the tempest. Darkness enveloped the house, leaving the occupants disoriented and fearful. The only source of light came from the occasional flashes of lightning that penetrated the thick curtains. Nervous laughter quickly dissolved into a heavy silence as strange noises echoed through the corridors. Creaking floorboards and distant whispers added to the mounting unease. The sound of shattering glass startled everyone, and they huddled together, seeking solace in each other's presence. With their hearts pounding in their chests, they decided to investigate the source of the disturbance. Armed with flashlights, they cautiously advanced through the darkened rooms. The air was heavy with an oppressive sense of dread. As they reached the grand staircase, a chilling draft blew through the open front door, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic surged through their veins as they realized they were plunged into complete darkness. Each step they took was a gamble, as unseen horrors seemed to lurk in the shadows. With trembling hands, they reached for their cell phones to use as emergency lights. The feeble glow offered little comfort, as it revealed glimpses of cobwebs and dust-covered furniture, creating an eerie ambience. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the air, causing everyone to freeze in terror. They rushed towards the direction of the scream, only to find one of their party members standing frozen in fear. His trembling finger pointed towards the old, cracked mirror in the hallway. Reflected in its surface was a ghostly apparition, a spectral figure with hollow eyes and a twisted smirk. Fear consumed the group as they realized they were not alone in the house. Whispers and moans filled the air, growing louder and more menacing with each passing moment. The house seemed to come alive, its walls closing in, suffocating them in a nightmarish embrace. Desperation took hold of them, and they fled through the house, their screams mingling with the howling wind. The doors, once welcoming, now mocked their attempts to escape, slamming shut before they could reach safety. In a last-ditch effort to survive, they barricaded themselves in a room, hoping to outlast the horror that had befallen them. But the malevolent presence continued to torment them from the other side of the door, scratching and pounding as if begging to be let in. Hours turned into an eternity as the relentless storm raged outside. Fatigue and terror drained their spirits, leaving them with nothing but a flicker of hope. Eventually the storm subsided, and the first rays of sunlight seeped through the windows, banishing the darkness that had consumed them. With trembling legs and haggard faces, they ventured outside, their clothes tattered and their souls forever scarred. They exchanged silent glances, haunted by the memories of that terrible night in the country house, an experience that would forever be etched into their minds.